Eala off to ASB Classic semifinals after defeating Poland's Magda Linette. After defeating Poland's Magda Linette in their largely one-sided ASB Classic quarterfinal match on Friday, January 9th, Eala is now geared up for the WTA semifinals. Eala, 20, dominated fifth seed Linette throughout the two-set match, 6-3, 6-2, to become the first-ever Filipino player, both in the men's and women's division, to get into the championship round of the WTA Tour-level singles division tournament. The Filipina, a crowd favorite at the sunny Auckland Open Court, rallied strong, beginning with a 4-0 run before Linette cut down the lead by 2. In the last game, however, Eala forged on, reaching match point and securing a slot in the semifinals. "It feels so good. Thank you, everybody, for being here," Eala said when asked about her victory. "I did my best. I do what I can, and if I see an opening, I think it's important that I go for it. Today was difficult, obviously, Magda being such an experienced player. I had difficulties playing against her before. So I'm happy that I've seen my level increase and my level improve," she added. The world number 53 is set to face China's Wang Xinyu in her first semi-final run in this year's ASB Classic. It has been a stellar run for Eala so far in the ASB Classic, formerly known as the Auckland Open, which is a WTA 250 tournament in New Zealand. Fire rising on Auckland's hard courts, Eala's breakthrough at the ASB Classic. At just 20 years old, Eala has already become one of the most electrifying young talents on the WTA Tour, and her performance at the 2026 ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand has crystallized that promise into something tangible, exciting, and historic. On January 9, 2026, Eala delivered arguably her most mature and commanding performance yet, defeating Poland's seasoned competitor Magda Linette 6-3, 6-2 to secure her place in the semifinals, a major career milestone and a bold statement of intent for what might be a breakthrough season. Tennis, a clash of experience and youth. Going into the quarterfinal match, there was a contrast in profiles that made the showdown intriguing. Linette, a seasoned Polish professional who has been a staple on the WTA Tour for years and even cracked the world's top 20 in her career, brought experience, tactical wisdom, and the grit forged from hundreds of tour-level matches. Eala, meanwhile, was the rising star, swift, aggressive, confident, and eager to seize her breakthrough moment. But this time, in their third career meeting, the narrative tipped decisively in Eala's favor. After losing their previous two encounters, Eala delivered a composed, strategic performance, breaking through the 2-2 deadlock in the first set by winning 3 straight games and seizing control of the match. By the time the second set concluded, Eala had established a commanding 4-0 lead, dictating play with well-timed aggression and superb court positioning, a sign of her growing poise under pressure. Linette pushed back briefly, but the momentum remained with the young Filipina, who closed out the match in convincing straight sets after just under an hour and 40 minutes of high-quality tennis. Glowing star, a milestone victory, personal and national. For Eala, this wasn't just another win on the WTA calendar. It was her first victory over Magda Linette, a powerful personal breakthrough against a player who had bested her in both of their prior meetings, at the Abu Dhabi Open in 2024 and the Lexus Nottingham Open. That psychological hurdle made the Auckland triumph even sweeter. But the significance goes beyond personal rivalry. In reaching the semifinals of a WTA 250 event, Eala has continued to push the boundaries of Filipino tennis. Her success resonates deeply in a country where tennis has rarely captured global headlines, and her consistent excellence is helping shift that narrative. With every powerful forehand and clever return, she carries not just her own ambitions but the pride of an entire nation. In fact, with this result, Eala has surged to a career-high live WTA ranking near world number 48, underscoring how quickly she's closing the gap between potential and elite-level performance. Sparkles the emotional core, confidence, growth, and calm under pressure. One of the most striking aspects of Eala's performance was her calm and self-assured mindset. After the match, she reflected on the resilience and growth she displayed, acknowledging Linette's experience and the challenges she herself had faced in prior encounters. For a young player, that mix of humility and competitive ferocity is rare, signifying not just talent but the maturity to build upon it. In her own words, "I did my best. I do what I can, and if I see an opening, I think it's important that I go for it." Today was difficult, obviously Magda being such an experienced player. "I'm happy that I've seen my level increase and improve." Eala. This sentiment reveals a player who understands both her strengths and areas for growth, an essential quality at the highest levels of sport. She wasn't merely happy to win, she was gratified to see her game evolve, her tactics sharpen, and her competitive mindset sharpened by experience, traits that will serve her well beyond a single tournament. Chart increasing a strong start to the 2026 season. The ASB Classic represents one of the earliest tests in the annual tennis calendar, a chance for players to build confidence and rhythm ahead of the season's most significant events, including the Australian Open. Eala's run in Auckland thus serves more than a single tournament goal, it's a springboard. Starting the season with such momentum speaks volumes about her preparation during the off-season. Eala had already posted impressive victories earlier in Auckland, including a win over Petra Marcinko to reach the quarterfinals, which itself was a strong statement of intent. Now, with her place in the semifinals confirmed, she prepares to face China's Wang Xinyu, a fellow rising star and formidable opponent. This clash of young talent promises to be another defining moment in Eala's 2026 campaign, a chance to keep her Auckland dream alive and make an even deeper run. Philippines. What this means for Philippine tennis. For Filipino sports fans, Eala's success is historic. She's not just advancing in tournaments, she's reshaping expectations. Her climb reflects not just personal triumph but a shift in how tennis is followed and celebrated in the Philippines and Southeast Asia. As one of the few Southeast Asian women making waves on the global tour, she inspires young athletes to dream bigger and work harder. Her success also brings more international attention to Philippine tennis, spotlighting a region often overshadowed by powerhouse nations in the sport. With each deep tournament run, Eala doesn't just win matches, she builds bridges between generations of Filipino athletes, between grassroots tennis programs and elite stages, and between the hopes of fans and the reality of what's possible. Trophy beyond the scoreline, the spirit of a champion. The numbers tell part of the story, the straight-set scoreline, the ranking points, the career best position, but they don't fully capture the emotional and psychological journey. What makes Eala's run so compelling is not just her skill with racket and footwork, but her ability to think, adapt, and grow under pressure.